Example. We'll move into the Western Gallery. So we come in here into the Western Gallery in a very carefully staged and prepared process. And one of the things that we wondered was, here a little bit more typical gallery, we have art on the walls, and we realized at some point that, much in like Hollywood and with movies, that sound makes all the difference in the world. And so we asked ourselves, is there a different way for people to enjoy the gallery, listen to sound, and get something different out of it? And so to that end, we started doing some early user testing with visitors, and it was interesting. Every audio solution that we came up with, very much people gave us a lot of feedback that they were looking for something that gave information, that it explained the art around them. And so we played around with that idea for a while, and we recognized that we need to come up with a design solution that communicated that this experience was about music. It wasn't about getting information about things in the gallery. And after doing some user interface testing and mocking up some different interfaces on different devices, we realized that iPods had pretty good market penetration, that most people knew that they were about music, that they recognized how to use them. And so what we did is create a custom container for an iPod. And I'd like to point out that it's 1/4-inch stainless steel for this structure, so it'll stop bullets, and we're very concerned about security here. And that we tried to make it in such a way that people knew immediately that it was an iPod. So we used the notes mode for an iPod. We hacked the firmware up a little bit, modified some of the graphics, and because of a later generation, we couldn't quite do as much as we wanted to, i.e. changing the typeface and making the whole experience a little bit better. But what we have here are a set of licensed songs that people come in here and listen to and enjoy the art around them in a few different ways. There are a couple of different themes in this gallery, such as contemplative, epic, happy, and high and lonesome sort of music. And there's a wide variety of stuff that's there. The other thing we did with this is in working with our education department, we realized that having journals here would actually be a pretty good way for people to give us a lot of feedback about what's going on here. And people are regularly making additional suggestions about stuff they'd like to hear on the iPods. These journals just put out, so these pages back here are blank, but you get the idea. And we integrated into the furniture here, made it part of the overall experience. Headphones that we chose were particularly ugly on purpose. They're used for language labs. They are relatively inexpensive, but have pretty good fidelity, and then also they have a volume knob on them as well. And because we have no good way to secure them, we wanted them to be ugly enough that they don't walk. They seem to work pretty darn well, though. But we're experimenting with different headphones in different gallery upstairs.